Welcome to the pod. You are listening to What the Reality with me, Cassie Roberts, and I am on Substack. Make sure you check out What the Reality Pod on Substack for an article about this Real Housewives of Salt Lake City anticlimactic episode. The finale was not worth it. Other than that, we are getting into some reality topics. We got to talk about the Golden Globes Best Dressed. We have to talk about TikTok sensation couple Kristy Scott and Desmond Scott announcing the divorce. And then I also get into a deep dive on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City finale. I'm going to talk about the Traitors, and I'm going to talk about the Valley premiere. Welcome to the pod. You're listening to What the Reality with me, Cassie Roberts, and we are back with another Toxic Tuesday episode. The slick back is back. I cut off so much of my hair, you guys, when it was straight, and I'm just realizing now that it's in a slick back. I'm like, yikes, she actually cut some inches off. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to pull up this story. How was you guys' weekend? How was you guys' weekend? It is another Toxic Tuesday. Updates. What the Reality is now on Substack. And I'm going to figure out where else I want it to be. I want my site. I have a site for What the Reality. It's listed with Buzzsprout, but I want the full domain. I had it for a second, then I let it go. I don't know why I said that. I hope no one just bought that domain. Anyway, I'm about to repurchase that domain. Okay. Forget about that. Forget about the last sentence, because I swear if something like that happens to me when I just said that, I still have the domain, technically. I am trying to sync my blog posts to it. So one of my goals for the new year, which I'm super excited, 12 days in, I was like, I want to get back in my writing bag. It's just like about entertainment. And I want my stories though to make sense with the podcast. So yes, the podcast is on Substack. I'm going to try to remember to upload episodes to Substack, which is difficult. I wish there was a way to sync and not like manually have to go in and enter it. But typically on Tuesdays, I'm going to try to, or like that is like my goal, is to have a new story out. I'm going to try Tuesdays. It just depends, like whatever I'm talking about. So in this episode, we are doing a Salt Lake City deep dive in general of the whole season. I told you guys last episode that's what we focus on. I also want to talk about Traitors. I want to talk about the Valley. That was a really good premiere, Persian style. We're not doing our typical Potomac and Married to Medicine. I watched both of those episodes, and if I'm being honest, there's not much to really talk about. But I did really want to talk about Salt Lake City because I'm always missing it, because Salt Lake City just so happens to premiere on Tuesdays when this is getting to you. So it's like the episode's always delayed. It's like, sorry. Either way, make sure you check out What the Reality.substack. You can find my latest post. I did a whole review of the finale, and it is written. So if like you don't have time to like listen to the podcast and you know that it's coming out, tune into my Substack post for What the Reality, because that's where I will post my blogs from the episodes. And sometimes it'll be like a recap of my episode, and sometimes it'll be things that are really irking me. And I had some thoughts for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City after I watched that finale, and just the season in general. I just think it's overproduced, overhyped, corny, tired, overplayed. A lot of things. So I get into that. Make sure you guys tune in to the Substack. It will be up when my podcast episodes are up, which are always Tuesday, early, 4 a.m., depending on who you are. I do 4 a.m. because I'm a workout girly, so sometimes I'm up at 5 a.m. And depending on the platform you use, it takes like an hour to like upload. Like I know for Apple, it takes like an hour to show up. Spotify, I think, shows up instantly, and I'm an Apple girl. So yes, I post at like 4 a.m. I could for real start posting at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. because people live lives. You guys all live different lives, right? Very different lives in my Lisa Barlow voice. But yes, I'm super excited for you guys to read that. And I dig deep into the Salt Lake City finale and why I think it's a waste of time. I'm going to promote it I don't know. Like, I was just like, where do I want to post this at? So I was like, I guess I'll just do Substack. But soon With the Reality will have its own site where you can link to all the blog posts and stuff. I'm just trying to figure that out because it's honestly a mess, like building another site today. I'm just like, I physically cannot. And I just want there to be a way that I can like sync all the podcast episodes together. But let's get into these reality topics. Like I said, we're going to do a full deep dive into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City finale, and I'm just going to give my thoughts and I'm going to give my rating in general. And if you want more of that, definitely read my article that is coming out on Substack. And we're going to talk about the Traitors briefly. I watched the Traitors when it came out on Thursday. I watched the first episode and I was like, finished it on Friday. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the Traitors. Spoiler alert, you guys, we're talking about the Traitors. If you have not watched it, you should pause it and go listen to one of my other episodes. Perhaps What's the Reality on Jersey Shore Part 2. I'm currently in a Jersey Shore binge right now because I've never watched like beginning to end, but I know what it's about. So yeah, spoiler alert, I am revealing the Traitors. And then we're going to talk about the Valley. So it's going to be different. No Married to Medicine, no Potomac. I might talk about it the next episode, but I was really impressed with the Traitors in the Valley. So format's kind of changing now that Traitors is out. And yeah, I'm just going to pick and choose what shows I really want to talk about. And like I said, there was nothing really with Potomac. What we are going to talk about, though, I might as well just hop right into it for Potomac in terms of reality topics. The seating chart is out. And you don't know how happy I was that Giselle Bryant was dethroned, because I feel like it's very rare Giselle Bryant gives us number one seat reunion behavior, season behavior. I feel like it's really rare. I feel like Giselle is Andy's Kyle Richards, even though I feel like Stacey's becoming his Kyle Richards of Potomac. And it shows because Stacey did get, the first seat. So we have Andy, of course, and then we have Wendy. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Wendy or Stacey that was going to be, first seat with Giselle, because it just seems like Giselle's always first seat, right? So I just didn't know, and I thought if it was going to be Wendy, obviously he was going to put Stacey next to Wendy because she needs that support. Regardless, it didn't happen that way, which I'm shocked. It's actually Wendy, Stacey facing each other, which I'm shocked because normally the two people on opposing couches are beefing, right? It's like, this is my couch, this is your, but whatever. I'm glad either way Giselle Bryant is dethroned. I just am. I can't say it more than that. We got Wendy, we got Giselle Bryant, we got Tia, and then we got Monique. Monique, I'm going to give you the angel hand. I did watch the episode. We're not talking about the episode, but I will say briefly, Monique is projecting. If you want to learn about my thoughts, since I'm not discussing in the podcast, make sure you check out my TikTok with the reality. That's where I give a lot of my unfiltered opinions as well that did not make it to the podcast episode, or I just want to keep talking about it, so I'm going to bring it from the podcast episode. I'm going to talk about Potomac and Married to Medicine on TikTok, along with this Salt Lake City finale that was anticlimactic. That's all I'm going to say. Other side, we got Stacey, Ashley, Kay. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot her name. Angel. That's appropriate. Now, something happens, right? Karen comes in for the second half, dethroning Stacey, putting Stacey there. And then I'm pretty sure Jossie comes out the second half and she's going to go after Monique. Period. So it's making even more sense because now Wendy's going to have to look at Karen in the face. With that smug face, Wendy, what are you going to do? Because now you are in worse legal troubles than her. What are you going to do when you have to look at Karen Huger in the face back from prison? I don't know. What is she going to do? I mean, if anything, Karen should be remorseful. But now it's like Wendy, like she has a high moral superior complex. And it's kind of just like, girl, you was facing some serious charges. She's facing some serious charges. Potomac seating chart aside, I am satisfied. I don't know how Ashley got second seat, but I think the only reason she got second seat is because Stacey was first and Wendy was first. If they were doubling up and then they just still wanted to put Giselle because she's the Kyle Richards, even though I think Stacey's the new Kyle Richards, I think that Ashley would have been third seat because she doesn't deserve second seat. And I'm shocked that they put Ashley next to Stacey because she does not like her. If anything, I would have put, I don't know. Stacey don't have a lot of friends besides Wendy that can go next to her. So I guess like out of all of them, it would be Ashley that's the most bearable. Okay. Summer House will be premiering soon. Are Kyle and Amanda together? I don't know. I'm getting very weird vibes, but Kyle is living his best life. He is now a DJ. What is it with everyone in the Bravo universe suddenly wanting to become a DJ? Is DJ James Kennedy still DJing? Like, is that a thing? I've went to him before. I've seen the Countess, even though she's not a DJ, but I'm just saying, like, entertainers. And I've seen Maddie. Because she's opened up for DJ James Kennedy. Not my type of music. I prefer Pauly D. Kate Renata. Kyle's going on tour. I don't know. I just think it's like the most lame thing ever. Like, are you and Amanda good? Go save your marriage. But I don't think they're together. I just think Kyle is the type of guy. I think Amanda genuinely thought, oh my gosh, I'm dating someone 10 years older than me. Yes, I met him out, but surely he'll want to get out of the club once he hits a certain age. And I just feel like that's why you can't fall in love with people's potential. Believe who they are when you meet them. Yes, you can grow with someone, and I see this as a single GDI, a goddamn individual. Okay? I say this as a single GDI. However, I just don't believe in the BS of falling in love with someone's potential because you're never really in love with that person. I think Amanda fell in love with the potential that this man would eventually grow out of partying. He would become the man she's looking for. You know, he's older than her. They would have that security. I'm not saying they don't. I mean, they own a whole floor in an apartment complex. There's some security. But even with like the whole lover boy thing, like he didn't really want her going off to do her own thing. I don't know. I am curious if they are together right now because it's not giving that they are together. I would be shocked if they are together. Shocked. What did Doja Cat say? Don't be shocked. Are you shocked? I'm shocked if they're still together. But I say that every season, and every season they end up being together. Regardless, he's touring. He's going. Okay. I was like, wait, where are these places? I was looking at the locations. I was like, where's Blue? Okay. What is AB? What does that mean? Calgary, AB. He's on tour now. Like, he's on tour now. What is Calgary? Oh, he's in Canada. AB. But what does AB mean? I mean, it's Calgary. Alberta, Canada. So he's in Alberta, Canada, not Toronto, not Ontario, not Quebec, Calgary. Okay. What the heck is he doing there? And then he's in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Then he's in Toronto, Ontario. Then he's in Everett, Massachusetts. Then he's in Mashantucket. I've never heard of Mashantucket, and that's in Connecticut. I've heard of Nantucket. Then he's going to Dallas. Then he's going... Okay, maybe Mashantucket is in Charlotte because, man... I'm Googling these places. Mashantucket. I think that's in... No, it's in Connecticut. Not me saying Charlotte. Okay, then he's going to Dallas, Texas, Orlando, Florida, Kansas City, Baltimore, Miami, Charleston. No shocker there. And then Charlotte, and then Vegas. So he's on tour until March 28th. So he'll be on tour when I think Summer House premieres sometime in February. That's interesting. I wish the best of luck to Kyle. I'm team set yourself free. I think Amanda's been over that relationship for a while, so I've been team get over that for a minute. Perhaps the biggest news to come, and obviously I should have led with this. Guys, TikTok stars Kristy Scott and Desmond Scott are divorcing. And before I even read this article by People, I did not know. If you guys see me on YouTube, like I totally just like clicked my tongue and spit. Ill. I did not know they were Jehovah's Witness. I could have sworn she has like a Christmas tree up when it's Christmas time and they did like all these Christmas gifts. Did not know they were Jehovah's Witness. That's crazy because that's a whole other layer to unpack. Apparently, like you're not allowed to get divorced in the church for Jehovah's Witness, like unless they're, even if there's like infidelity. So I don't even know if they're going to be Jehovah's Witness following this. Did not know that. They've known each other since they were 14. Wow. I mean, beautiful, but that's a lot. I have to see how old they are, but they're both 30, I think. You've been together for for half of your lifetime. I just think when you're 14, I mean, yikes. So this is apparently what happened before I read the People. Kristy has filed for divorce against Desmond. This is the, viral TikTok sensation couple. He's always bringing her amazing plates. He is a chef. She's always snatching the plate. They're always doing these loud, outlandish pranks, and he's known to have a very extra laugh. I remember the first time I heard his laugh. Kristy's just extra, but the amount of followers they have, the amount they have grown over TikTok, like TikTok's their biggest revenue, it's been insane. A lot of people, we can't be like parasocial with these relationships. Like a lot of people are saying like recently their videos have been interesting, haven't been hitting. They've been saying like he's clearly over her. A lot of people have been calling him allegedly gay. I don't know anything about that. I just always thought like these are two very attractive, light-skinned people together. And I just feel like, is it going to work? I mean, clearly it's been working. They've been together for 15 years until this infidelity. I would love to see who he cheated on her with because Kristy is a beautiful woman. But when they always looked like siblings to me, I'm not going to lie. Like, they looked like siblings. And I'm like, wow, tell me you are attracted to yourself without telling me you are attracted to yourself. They literally got each other in copy and paste format just for the other gender. I know it sounds weird. Look them up if you don't know them. When you see a couple together, you're like, oh, they're cute. Or like, oh, I wonder how that works out. But it's like with them, I'm like, this is the same person. This is just the same person, a girl version. I mean, their personalities are totally different. She's very more outgoing, very extra for the videos. Sometimes he does seem over it. He's on that phone a lot. I'm not going to lie. He would be on his phone a lot. He started growing the beard out. He started looking very light skinned. Okay. Like when I first got introduced to them, he was giving like not like that, but now he was definitely giving like, sexy light skin type. So that's all I'm going to say. She filed for divorce because of alleging infidelity. They are Jehovah's Witness. I don't know how that pertains to it. They have 2 sons and they've been together since they were 14. So this is the article from People magazine. Desmond Scott has come out and spoken, which I'm going to read his statement. And I guess that's literally that. I mean, they're both 30. I don't know if I need to really read this article. I'm just going to read Desmond Scott's, statement. He said, I want to begin by apologizing to Kristy, our family, and everyone who has been impacted by the public attention surrounding this situation. I know this news has been disappointing for many, and I'm truly sorry for the hurt it has caused. Kristy is the mother of my children, and that will always come first. I remain fully committed to being an active, present, and loving parent to our boys, as I have always been. Kristy and I faced challenges and made sincere efforts to work through them toward the end of 2025. I wanted to separate, and I had conversations with Kristy regarding this. During this period, I made choices that I am not proud of. I took responsibility for those actions. I shared this with her directly and personally, and ultimately we decided to divorce. I asked for privacy and compassion as we navigate this difficult chapter of our lives. Thank you to everyone who has supported us over the years. I'm grateful for the support and will continue sharing my love for cooking and the things that inspire me. I hope you'll continue that journey with me. So that's like the biggest, like, I'm about to still do my cooking videos, and I hope you guys support me, and I hope I don't get canceled. So here's the thing. What he's saying out of this statement is that he wanted to separate. They ultimately decided not to. And then he did some actions that led to a legit separation. I wanted to divorce. She did not, so I had to give her a reason to divorce. I don't know. I stopped really watching their videos. This kind of became overplayed. To say I'm shocked on a scale from 1 to 10, I would say 10 being the most shocked, I would say I'm at a 6. I would say I'm at a 6. I just think to be together since you're 14, you really are just growing with a person your whole life. I'm a big believer in individuality. Okay, we all want a fairy tale. I mean, some of us do. Do we all want a fairy tale? I don't know. Some of us do. Some of us are fine just being GDIs, honestly. But I'm just saying, to be together since you're 14 years old, have children so young, you're going through your 20s, which are pivotal moments. Honestly, I think it's more acceptable to settle down in your 30s, just really get to know yourself. And I just feel like when you're together since you're 14, you kind of leave no room to grow as a person. And it's like when you're growing with someone since 14, I don't know. I feel like you're low-key being gaslit into what you like and what you don't like. It's like, I don't know what I like because I've only known this person. It doesn't make it right, but from my understanding, and I am no expert when it comes to religions, they are Jehovah's Witness, and from my understanding, you cannot get a divorce under that church with no exception. So I don't even think an infidelity clause is in there. So for her to be filing for divorce, knowing that information, did she also want a divorce? Was she kind of waiting for it to be like a reason? Okay, maybe we can still maintain our Jehovah's Witness, but we're seeking a divorce because of the infidelity. Did he take one for the team? Did they both grow apart? I don't know. Kristy, I'll tell you what, Kristy is hot. Kristy is a banging girl. I always am like, girl, that is why they tell you to have those kids young, because they said you bounce back. I think she had her kids when she was like 19, 20. Her body's banging. Kids wear. She is hot. Desmond's hot. They'll be fine. Let's check his, I just want to check their TikTok. Let's check their TikTok very quick and let's see what's going on with their pages. I just wonder if she's posted anything since this. Oh yeah, so she posted something 6 days ago. So she posted that 6 days ago. When was their official divorce announced? January 10th. Okay. So she had been posted, and it looks like he hadn't been really in any of her videos since December 9th. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this is when this guy started feeling himself. This is a light-skinned man. He was looking too good. Okay, wait a minute. The last time I think we saw him on her page was literally December 9th. That says a lot. Okay, now I'm going to go to Desmond's page. I'm going to see if he's posted. I doubt they've posted. I haven't even really been on TikTok to see what the people are saying. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have no. Did he limit his comments? No, his comments are still on. Okay, who's Fabelina? OMG. Fabelina? Who is that? It says that he's been cheating with Fabelina. I don't know who that is. I think that's maybe like a fake name. But he knows how to cook. That's the only reason. Guys, look at this throwback picture from with them. And he used to have like a Jerry curl. Like, they've been together for so long. I don't know. His statement did kind of reek narcissism. I don't know. She's been posting. I don't know. Let's move on to the other development. I don't know if you guys have ever watched like Love Island UK, but Dami and Indiyah have broken up. That was a total shocker for me. They've been together for 3 years. Apparently, allegedly, Indiyah has cheated on Dami. And this is like probably one of like the hottest, flyest couples you will see on social media. Like, when I tell you they are fly, they are fly. Like, and they've been together. They just moved into their dream home. Like, this is just a couple that is hot. They know how to dress. This is from Love Island UK, season 8, I believe. Iconic season. Apparently, she cheated on him with a streamer named Marlon. This is the guy. So the light skins are back up. If you're on YouTube, I'm showing you guys all of these pictures. This is the guy she allegedly cheated on Dami with. So here's the gag. This is Dami. This is a hot couple, like a hot black couple, a hot couple, period. Like fashion killers, ASAP Rocky. You know what I mean? Like, they are a hot couple. This is hot. I don't know how many times I can say that. So it's just shocking to me. A hot black couple. Like, oh my goodness, they're fly. So Indiyah also hosts like the after show for Love Island After Sun, and then she also will be hosting for like All Stars, which we're going to get into. A lot of Love Island updates today. So apparently she cheated on him with that light-skinned guy I showed you guys, who is a streamer. I don't know what's up with the streamers. The streamers are bagging baddies. There is a video of Indiyah making out with this man, and this is giving, they said it was like giving December 3rd. It was like a couple days right before Dami's birthday. And apparently the streamer also had a girlfriend, but apparently they were broken up. So here is the video. I'm just gonna play it. She is making out with that guy, if you guys can see. And I will just say the person recording this, yeah, she just made out with him. I will say the person that recorded this is a black woman, and apparently she sent it to Dami, and then she sent it to the blogs or something. And I just want to say this is what the woman looks like that recorded this. If you're on YouTube, let me know if you guys saw that. That is what the woman looks like. So Indiyah did make a statement saying that she is aware of the video and she takes full accountability. Man, I thought I had it. I think she said like she's aware of the video and she takes full accountability. She will not be speaking on the matter. She said something along the lines of that. So I'm shocked. And people only knew that there was trouble in paradise because Dami had did an end of the year recap. Apparently he's not drinking either, like more clear. He's like, this year has been something, and it was a slideshow, and none of the slideshows included Indiyah, who has been his girlfriend. So that's when we knew trouble in paradise. More story to come. Apparently Indiyah is the one that cheated. I have I have no thoughts besides I'm genuinely shocked by their breakup. I love Indiyah and Dami separately. I'm not going to speculate on anything regarding the matter. I mean, I don't know if there's anything to speculate. It looks like Indiyah got caught with her lips on another man. I don't know if they were going through a tough time, but it was always best to just leave. before you cause this, especially when you are a public figure, because Indiyah has like a whole brand, and I hope this doesn't affect her brand negatively. Obviously, when women cheat, it's like, oh my gosh, you're a whore. But when men do it, it's kind of just like, oh, men are gonna be men and cheat. So I don't know. I hope this doesn't affect her brand, because I have a feeling if it was Dami, like, I don't know if it'll affect him. As far as I'm concerned, her likes are still up. And you know what? This is what it means to be a modern woman in today's society. You screw up, you apologize, and you live your best life, the best life you have. We have a couple more reality topics. Spencer Pratt has announced his run for mayor in Los Angeles. This is following the anniversary of the Palisades fire. You know, he is on the boots, down, ground, running. He's like, you know what? It's my time. And I don't freaking blame him. I'm actually rooting for him. If I was a Los Angeles resident, I think I would vote for Spencer Pratt, depending on who he voted for president wise. But you know what? I'm here for reality stars becoming mayors. I'm here for reality stars having second lives after reality TV, because it's difficult to maintain that, you know, pressure of being a reality TV star. And honestly, I would love to see a freaking Spencer Pratt as mayor and freaking Heidi Pratt as first lady of Los Angeles. I don't know. I'm here for it. And then we had one more story. I wanted to go back from Love Island. So Love Island All Stars was supposed to start airing. I don't know if I'm going to watch it. The cast looks washed up. The only reason I would air is for my good sis, Whitney. You know, Whitney got out of a relationship with Locken. Apparently Locken was saying her skin was dirty, but now Locken is in another relationship with a black woman. So that's the realty. And this black woman is from the Netflix universe reality TV. She's gorgeous. Her name's like Brianna or something. I never got into, I think it was like Too Hot to Handle. I only watched like Melinda and Marvin's season, who was on Love Island. What was it called over the summer? Love Island, when they compete. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Speaking of Love Island, we still got to mention another thing. A lot of Love Island news, like I said, and then we're going to get into Salt Lake City, Traitors in the Valley. So yeah, they were supposed to be filming, but there's been crazy wildfires going on in South Africa where the villa is. So it's been put on hold. This was a statement from Love Island All-Stars. Further to a production evacuation owing to ongoing wildfires in the area, our assessment of the location site has concluded that filming will need to be postponed. Health and safety of its greatest priority, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, there's some wildfires going on, but now I think they're going to start filming today when I'm recording this, the 12th. This statement was put out the 10th. And I'm just like, is it the air quality okay? I just don't think you guys should be rushing to get people in a villa. Like, are the wildfires done? I don't know. I don't know if the wildfires are fully done, but that is insane. I hope they're not just doing that to like hurry up. But a lot of people are saying it's a sign that the season should be canceled. Like I said, I like the people on there, like all I know is like Whitney, Scott's back on there. Of course, Scott's back on there. Let's see who's on Love Island All Stars. Let's see the cast, because I don't know. And then Millie was on there. I thought her and the one guy was back on. I'm so confused. Millie Court is back on. I thought her and her one man were back together. So it's Whitney, which they're like leading with. Whitney's 28 now. No shade, no tea, but girl, the cast for you is not giving. Tommy Bradley, he's 22. He was on Love Island season 12. I didn't watch season 12. Helena Ford was on season 12. She's 29. Kieran, oh, I remember him with the redhead. Her makeup used to be done terribly. He was on season 11. That's the last season I watched. I didn't watch season 12. Belle Hassan, season 5, I don't remember her, but I watched season 5. Jack Keating, season 8. I watched season 8. He don't look familiar. Millie Court, season 7. She's 29 now. I like Millie. I'm shocked she's back on, because I thought her and her one man were back together. Oh, Lord. Sean Stone is back. He is 26. He's from 11. I remember him. He's just not cute. I don't know if he's going to have any luck. Shaq is on. from season 9. Shaq and Dami are good friends. Shaq used to be dating Tanya from his season. I'd never liked Tanya, was not a fan of her. But they broke up last year as well, or in 2024. And people were saying it was a boys' trip, went wild, and Dami was in attendance, but him and Indiyah were still together. So, I don't know. Leanne Manning is on, and her abs are abbing. She's 28. She's from season 6. I don't remember her. Who else is on here? Okay, Charlie Frederick is 31 from season 4. Charlie, if you ain't found love in Plymouth, I don't think you're gonna find it in a villa. I just think, at what age are we done like going on there? But I also don't think young people like 22, like, you're not going on Love Island for freaking love. But like, I don't know, 31 on Love Island is crazy to me. I don't know. Jess Harding is one. She looks good. I hope she chilled on the filler. So she is also from Whitney season 10. That's the original lineup. And then, we'll have the bombshells. I know Scott is going in. Scott is the man of all Love Island. He stays on Love Island. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the Golden Globes briefly because, speaking of Love Island, Olandria Carthen was there. And she looked, in the words of Sheree Whitfield, fucking phenomenal. She looks fucking phenomenal. She looked amazing. Let me pull up these Golden Globes so I can give you guys my best dress. I have my list of my best dress, but let's go through some of these looks. I bookmarked some of them. Olandria looked good. I was so glad to finally see her, with her hair up. And in a green color. I think Black women in emerald green. Emerald green is one of my favorite colors. She looked amazing. Kylie Jenner looked amazing. The neckline on that, I might have to, I don't know if she's going to literally be on, where's the page 6? Because I'd rather just go to page 6. Not the best looks, because I can't trust everyone's best looks. Like, I just want to see what page 6 was reporting on. Kylie Jenner looked really good. Her neckline looked amazing. I don't know if she made the red carpet, though, but she was in attendance. I think, in terms of my best dress, it was definitely Olandria. Olandria, she just looked really elegant. She looked like she belonged on the red carpet. Tiana Taylor was one of the best dressed for me. Kate Hudson's my girl. One of my favorite actors. Her and Anne Hathaway's. Like, when I say, like, one of my favorite actors, I mean, like, no lie, like, seriously, Black, white, those two girls are like one of my favorite actors. Anne Hathaway and Kate Hudson. Jonathan Bailey looked good. Bridgerton, I loved his all white ensemble. Miley Cyrus looked good. You know who I was shocked that looked good finally, because she's been on the freaking Wicked press tour, and clock that T, Wicked didn't win anything. I think people are fed up with Wicked and the whole weirdness stuff that's going on. Ariana Grande looked good. She's back to her brunette. She's back to looking like herself. And then Maura Higgins, Love Island royalty. Like I said, Love Island is doing it. Okay, Selena Gomez. Let's just get into some of the looks. I'm going to show if you guys are watching me on YouTube. Okay, so we have Haley Steinfeld, but the thing is, do we have what they're wearing? Okay, we have Haley Steinfeld. So the people are making like a big deal out of this. I don't know if you guys could see, if you're on YouTube. People are making a big deal out of this because I guess her husband was playing like a super big game and she wasn't there, but like she literally has to go to Golden Globes. She's showing off her baby bump. I mean, her hair looks amazing, but I just thought the dress did not look good. I don't like to knock my Black queens, y'all. You know who looked terrible? Ryan Destiny, and I'm shocked. They bleached her hair. She was blonde, kind of like golden brown. She had this yellow dress on, like she was freaking Jill Scott golden. It aged her. The look aged her. If we have it, I'll show it. This is Selena Gomez. I just feel like we've seen this before. Nothing spectacular. Tessa Thompson. This green is gorgeous. I just don't like the train. I think it looks a little cheap. Tiana Taylor. This is just the back of the dress. If you guys saw the front of the dress, like her body's insane. Kate Hudson, this is who I was saying. I thought she really killed it. I loved her dress. Like, it was beautiful. Charlie XCX looks really good as well. I love the side part with this dress, and it's kind of like you see like the feather embellishment. I don't know who this Connor story guy is, but he has a face on him. Like, who is this guy from? Everyone's like obsessed with Heated Rivalry. Is he from there? Let me see. Michael B. Jordan, of course, looks amazing. Okay, this isn't like all the looks because Olandria is not even on here. This isn't all of the looks. Let's go to this New York Times. Are they gonna block it though? New York Times and their stupid paywall. What? I'm so sick of the paywalls, you guys. Like, why every time I have to click on something, it's a paywall? Okay. JLo's after party look was amazing, but this was not. But that girl will kill it every day when it comes to body. Like, 50 wear. Let's see. I'm trying to see if they show Olandria's. Okay, this was Ariana Grande. I thought she looked really good. She looked like herself. Like, she looked healthy. I'm trying to see. Wumi Mosaka, that's from Sinners. Sinners did win, but they didn't win big. I think K-pop Demon Hunters won something. I was just like, why? You know who I'm obsessed with right now? Glenn Powell. Like, I watched Hitman. I talked about this a couple episodes ago on my pod. And I've been like obsessed in everything he's acted in now. Like, I really like him. Leighton Mester and Adam Brody are probably like one of my favorite couples. Like, the fact that I haven't seen Blake Lively and her man at anything is crazy. Like, they've kind of been blacklisted ever since that It Ends With Us stuff, and now I'm seeing like Leighton Mester and Adam Brody everywhere, but I don't like what Leighton's wearing. Leighton had another event that she wore something gorgeous. I don't like her dress at all, but whatever. But I just like them as a couple. And then there's Kirsten Dunst and Dax Shepard. I actually like love them. They're another one of my favorite couples. I don't really like her dress, but I think they're like a hot couple. Like, when I say like couples, I'm just like, period. Okay, of course, you know, Jenny Ortega looks amazing. I'm on E Online, and you can see a little bit of like that face. And Tiana Taylor won a Golden Globe. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up Olandria because that's the only one I don't think you guys have seen if you're watching me on YouTube. Show you this spectacular dress. Look at the bust. That woman is a woman. You can't tell me she's new to this. She's true to this. This is a woman. What? That was my best dress though, honestly. Let me pull up Kylie Jenner's just so you guys can see. She did not walk the red carpet, but I thought that dress was beautiful. Like, literally beautiful. Look. Oh, I almost dropped my phone. Like, you can kind of see the neckline. I want you guys to see like a full body picture. Look at this dress. Like a body tee. They were like making out at the table. So like, he's obsessed with her. That's a relationship I did not buy initially, but hey, they are full frontal. He thanked her in another speech. Like, they've been fully involved with each other and on period. But that was the reality topics. I know it's a little long. It's going to be a supersized episode. It's going to be a little longer, probably 90 minutes. Hope you have time. Make sure you guys tune into my Substack. Make sure you guys read my article on my Salt Lake City thoughts, even though we're about to get into them. So the article won't be shocking, but it'll be shocking for some people that haven't listened to the podcast. Let's get into Salt Lake City first, and then we're going to wrap it with just, you know, something fun to talk about Traitors and The Valley vibes, if you guys should watch it or not. But I really want to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. At last, we have made it to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season finale. It was 20 episodes this season, which I was shocked, but it was definitely giving 20 episodes, honestly. So initially, what I thought of the season, I would definitely rank it probably a 6 out of 10. And, Salt Lake City is normally, excuse me if you hear my bill, Salt Lake City is normally, a solid 7, a solid 8. It is a 6. When I watched it incomplete, when I came back from it, I was really dissatisfied with the, you know, finale. And it's just a clear takedown of, Meredith, whether we think she has a problem or not. She says she don't have a problem. That's all we can go from. Do I think that there is some behavior issues? A lot of times she does seem out of the zone, but, and make sure you guys tune into my Substack for What the Reality Pod. I compare it also to Heather and Whitney. I do think Heather and Whitney also have a huge, not drinking problem, but on the Below Deck crossover episodes, they were completely wasted. And a lot of times they look a mess to me. So it's kind of odd that they are trying to call out Meredith Marks, in my opinion, when I'm like, you guys are not showing completely sober behavior at all, in my opinion. I don't want to rank on people. I watched a Nina Parker interview about how she finally got her start in like the media and like working at TMZ at 27. I always have felt so behind, but this was a touching interview that I watched with Kayla Nicole, and I was really excited to watch it. And she just said like she had to make a decision in her career. Like, did she want to be mean and nasty, or did she just want to talk about the truth? She didn't really give cheap shots. So you're gonna see my approach to things a lot differently, because I don't want to be mean and nasty. These are people I still would love to meet. Like, I would love to meet Heather Gay. As much crap as I talk about her, I would like to meet Lisa Barlow. As much crap as I talk about her, I would like to meet Mary Cosby, even though I'm so scared of her. However, I'm only judging what you give me. So I don't want to be mean and nasty for no reason. Like, I could be shady here and there. Like, we love a good shade, a good read. But when I say, like, I just don't want to be mean, I just mean it. I don't want to be, like, mean, because these are people that I actually do enjoy for entertainment purposes. And like I said, I would love to meet one day. But for them to kind of get this whole story screwed up that like Meredith is the one with a problem, when I think like you could all look in the mirror. I mean, I do think Meredith slurs her words a lot, but I think Whitney does a lot, and I think Heather does a lot. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. Those are the three, so it's just shocking to me that they are the ones doing that. And I will say, like, the only reason I ranked it a 6 out of 10 is like, if I could show, like, Salt Lake City started off on such a high. Like, the first premiere episode, they were on a road trip. Like, what housewife city does that? They were on a road trip to a place they did not want to be. It was so amazing. It was funny. It was a little theatrical. And that's another issue I do take with, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, is that a lot of times I feel like they are putting on the theatrics for the views. Sometimes I feel like because they have so much pressure of being the top performing housewives, other housewife cities want to be like the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They look up to them. This was a conversation at BravoCon. Like, Tamra Judge was like, we're giving Salt Lake City, and I think it was Portia. But OC, Tamra has said she likes how they do it. Even though she said if she could be on any cast, she would want to be on Beverly Hills. But I'm like, I don't know why that's a sinking ship. But she even said she likes the way they do it in Salt Lake City. They argue, they get over it, they're cool the next day. Like, they don't hold on to grudges. And I will say Salt Lake City does that. And it's like, even Portia, she's like, we're giving Salt Lake City a run for the money. I'm so excited for Atlanta to return. Like, I really feel like Atlanta, they took a much needed break and they got it right. I'm really excited for the upcoming season. But in terms of like, everyone looks up to Salt Lake City right now. And that's an insane, immense pressure, which is why I think they are overdoing it at this point, even with the premiere, with them staging the raid, you know what I mean? And it's like, y'all keep trying to outdo yourselves when it's like, you can't be replicated, right? The fact that Homeland Security was looking for Jen Shah on camera during season 2 or 3, that's something that can't be replicated. But for you guys to try to replicate it to get like a funny moment, it's kind of like y'all are coming off corny to me. And they came off corny to me during this finale when it's so clear. It's like we can't even get a nice wholesome moment of the ladies like, you know what, Meredith is finally crying, she's finally cracking in press, she's probably like, you know what, I do have a guard up, you guys are right, but it's because XYZ. And it's like not long after you have Heather and Whitney jumping down her throat. So the season finale, I just was like, it was so theatrical, and I just felt like Heather was waiting for every moment, but I think she was a little too toasted. She was waiting for her moment to kind of give us this speech that no one really wants. We don't need it, right? And she kept waiting for her moment. She's like waiting for the moment to deliver this speech about friendship, about dynamics, but she got clocked. So the biggest things that happened is that Angie hires this playwright, which I think was really smart. I think it was really different. I'm like, okay, like this is what I mean. Like Salt Lake City, you're just doing it differently. I just hate that they went to Greece, like one of the most beautiful places. Like, oh my gosh, I would love to go to Greece. And y'all spent y'all trip doing this. Like the trip in itself was not memorable. Besides the dress photo shoot, that's very memorable. And this playwright's going to be memorable. But y'all didn't have fun. It just seemed like the trip from hell. And it's like, you're in Santorini, Greece? What? Rick Ross got a song on that. Angie gets a playwright. Her name's Stella. She's like, I want a Greek tragedy. Sisters Assault. I don't know who wants a Greek tragedy about their life. But, you know, she's like, let's end this trip on a high note. You know, ladies, just to impress. These are going to be stories about our lives. And, you know, she gets this playwright, Stella. Stella is taking the notes from the girls about the other girls and about the perspective of themselves. And, you know, the play happens and they are basically all getting read. But before the play even happens, there's a situation brewing with Bronwyn and Meredith. So I guess Meredith, Mary, and Bronwyn had hung out and, you know, it was late. And, you know, we had known the episode before that Mary, Bronwyn, and Whitney had a conversation about Meredith. Mary broke down how concerned she is for Meredith, which is why I say, yikes, what did they see on that airplane that we still have not seen and we're still never going to see? Because I'm like, if Mary is this affected, I'm just like, what happened? And I think it's like more scarier that like Meredith is playing it off like nothing happened. They're like, girl, something happened. But in Meredith's defense is like, we've been talking about this for the past 7 episodes. They've been talking about this ever since they got back from Below Deck's trip. This has been an ongoing conversation. It's been mentioned in every single episode. So that's why it's kind of just like, okay, I feel this exhaust because it's like we've been talking about this literally since you guys got back from your last trip. So Bronwyn felt the type of way because after the ladies dispersed, it was a late night. Meredith had texted her. Apparently, Meredith had texted her saying, hey, can you come to my room? And then basically was trying to ask her, what were y'all talking about at lunch? Bronwyn is taking offense to this because she's basically like, you only want me to come to you off camera when you want some information from me. And Bronwyn, that's your own fault because why do you keep giving her the information? I mean, she's like, I'm really trying to build a friendship with you, but you're just trying to use me for dirt. And then you're throwing me under the bus with the girls because in her defense, in Bronwyn's defense, Meredith has thrown her under the bus. So like, Bronwyn will say something to her and it will get twisted to be used as dirt against the girls, like the whole Brittany drinking problem. And then there was the whole Whitney was talking about her. And then when he was like, well, me and you, Bronwyn, had a serious conversation about how we were concerned. It was not me talking about her. So I could see why Brown was kind of like, dude, like every time I come to you for looking out for you, you kind of twist it and then you put me in a bad place with the ladies. So that's that. We have that. I understand that. But my thing is like Meredith is coming to you off screen. And apparently Meredith is saying that is not what happened. So I'm going to go on Twitter because I just saved this when I was on Twitter earlier because Meredith was on the Two T's in a Pod episode. And apparently, she said that that's not what happened. She said that what did she say? She said that like Bronwyn was coming to her because she was concerned how the reunion was gonna go. So that's what she's saying. She said we didn't even talk about that. Bronwyn was coming to me because she was scared that this reunion was not gonna be favorable for her, especially everything she didn't put out there about her relationship. That's what I think she had said on Two T's and Pot. And then there's something else. She's backing up Monica Garcia's claims about Heather having a drinking problem, allegedly. Because Monica alluded to this housewife having a drinking problem. It was a specific episode. You guys remember the episode, I think it was like season maybe it was the season Monica was on, the Dixie stuff, maybe the Dixie Motel or whatever, wherein Heather's really like throwing up in a trash bag. Apparently, like Heather has like a DWI from the past from like driving while intoxicated too. So they're saying that Heather actually has an issue. And I'm also seeing that Meredith said on the podcast that Heather was upset when they were trying to do a clear takedown on Lisa Barlow and Meredith wouldn't go on their side. So that's why she tried to go super hard on her on the finale, because she was upset that they weren't trying to do a Lisa Barlow takedown. But I just don't think that Heather knows, like, girl, you was setting your own gravesite, because your takedown is coming very soon. I think it'll be a Heather takedown next season, and I'm kind of here for it, because she thinks she up here. She thinks because she had that one famous quote, people were talking about it, that she's like this amazing person. But I said, ever since she got on Ozempic, she's become this like mean Regina George. And it's like, Regina George was at least likable because she was real at the end of the day. Heather's not even real. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, that is what I'm judging it from. So we have that situation brewing with Brahman and Meredith. I honestly feel like the way Brahman brought it up to Mary, saying she was uncomfortable, she's like, I got all these texts from Meredith. They showed the text message. It was one text, hey, are you still up? Can you come up? She wasn't berating you, like blowing up your phone. So I think that was a little weird to lie about. But the thing is with Bronwyn, and we're going to get into that because we're going to get into what Stella gathers from all the ladies about the ladies. You know, she reads the ladies for filth. She's like, this is who you are, and this is who the people around you think you are. Bronwyn is two-faced. How are you going to be upset that I'm confiding in you and you're going to bring it up and try to use it against me? Bronwyn is two-faced, and she does collect secrets like trinkets, and I don't think I would trust Bronwyn because she's going to bring it up to kind of like throw dirt on your name. Like, she cannot be trusted. So this is basically what all the ladies essentially get said about each other. Heather gets clocked immediately about like using humor to cast her personality, because if she were to show any other emotion besides humor, it would make her too real. Right? And I was like, period, clock it. And then I guess they said about Bronwyn, she's perceived as two-faced when really she has no face. She cannot be trusted. And I was like, clock it. And then Lisa gets clocked for being materialistic. And I've said this time and time again. I was like, Lisa Barlow and like Toya Bush Harris are like the same person. I'm like, when you take all the labels away and stuff, like, what do you have? And I was like, clock it. And it's just like, what else do you have besides these labels, right? Okay, Angie gets called out for being like cutting with her tongue and like just taking it too far. And I don't think she takes it too far. But you can tell when someone does piss Angie off, she does kind of like, she's going to pick at you. Like when she was upset that she found out that possibly Britney did trademark, high body count hair, like the insults just kept going. It is like a toddler. Like, it's just like they won't shut up. Like, she will keep going at you until you're kind of like, oh my gosh, can you stop? Like, she didn't have the social cue to stop reading Britney. Even though I thought it was funny, she did that. Britney's read is the easiest. It's like, why do you keep choosing men over your daughters? And I still don't think it clicks to Britney. It does not click with her that she does this. I don't think it does. Maybe it's because her kids are close to being grown, or like they're grown. Maybe she don't have to be a toddler mom anymore. Maybe her whole life. I don't think your whole life should revolve around your children, right? Especially at a certain age. But it still don't clock to her that she don't have a good relationship with her children because of her romantic relationships that she is choosing. And it's so clear. Mary gets clocked because it's like, just because you are being honest doesn't mean it hurts. Doesn't mean it hurts less. She's one of those people that's like, you have to know when you need to be honest or not. And it's like, that was an example when she's like, Bronwyn's like, I feel bad, I was just trying to be a good friend, because Bronwyn wants to allude, like, we'll get to that. Let me wait for that. I want to finish clocking everyone. Whitney gets clocked for fading into the background, and I think that is crazy. And they're like, nobody takes you serious. And I'm weak that Lisa called her a puncanta. Oh my gosh, guys, I hope that's the right term. It means loose woman, I think, puntanta or something. They are still holding her for her past in the affair with her now husband. I don't even think they are. I think they clocked it when they said they don't take you serious. Maybe it's because she sounds like a little girl. But you're right. Like, it's like, nobody takes what Whitney says serious. She's not as serious voice added. She does fade into the background. She could be a friend of, for all I know. She does, and I hate to say it, but that's the truth. It's like no one takes you serious, and she's like, if you want to be taken serious, you have to speak up. She speaks up, and the thing is, if she's not getting her point heard across, that's when she starts violating your energy in your space. She is known for grabbing people, and I'm telling you what, if that was me, Whitney would get popped really fast because she grabs people too much and tries to pull people away. She did that to Lisa. She did that to Meredith. She did that to someone else. She does that to Lisa a lot. Like she points at people. She's all up in your face, all up in your grill when you're not listening to her. She is still healing, okay? And then finally, Meredith gets clocked, and I think it was a fair assessment. Meredith gets clocked for using all of these big words, and then focusing on the minutia of details. She's a wordsmith. She's a good one, but she's a calculating wordsmith because sometimes everything she's saying, it don't make sense. It's just like, you just saying a bunch of nothing. And then it's like when someone disagrees with one slight thing, it's like you focus on that little detail and you do become a victim. I think all of the reads were accurate, but that's why I think it's such an ensemble cast, because it just works together. So we see that, Heather does admit, like, I do use laughing as a coping mechanism. And I think the biggest one for me was like Lisa finally giving us insight. Like, what does all of this materialistic stuff mean to you? And Lisa's basically like, hey, I had to grow up taking care of my little sisters. I had a lot of pressure taking care of my little sisters. She got sisters, right? So she said, now that I'm older enough and I've worked hard, I see these materialistic items as accomplishments. Like, I can afford this. I can do this. Like, I'm not in the same place. And you know what? I finally understood Lisa Barlow in that moment. And then who else? I think that she also realized, like, hey, I know I seem strong, but I do need y'all. And she's looking directly at Angie when she's saying that. I think her and Angie have a true friendship, and it breaks both of their hearts that they are not in the same place that they used to be. I think they have a true friendship, and they really let the show get in between. I think Angie really trying to be top dog, really trying to steamroll her friend. And then I think Lisa tries to embarrass her friends. Like, I think they are both to blame, but she's looking directly at her when she's saying, like, I love you. I think her and Angie actually do have a genuine friendship. So I'm looking forward to them, because Angie can be corny and thirsty, in my opinion, but so can Lisa. So I'm like, why don't y'all be corny and thirsty together and get on? And then we have Meredith, or Bronwyn does admit to, like, she agrees that she had an accurate read of herself, because she's like, I don't even know what loyalty looks like, because my parents weren't loyal to me when I got pregnant. Todd, who I'm supposed to love, hasn't been loyal to me. So you're right. I probably don't give off loyalty. And I think that was a fair assessment for her. I think that was a very honest, true assessment to make in yourself and be like, you know what? I don't know what loyalty looks like. My thing is, before Meredith can even get out what she wants to say, and she's like, I was taught to use words very carefully. She's a lawyer, or I don't know if she ever practiced, but she has a wide vocabulary. So she's like, I've learned that words really can cut, they can heal. So it's just like, she tries not to make up stuff and just use things loosely. She tries to go by the fact, and sometimes she does focus on the the little details, and it can come off calculating. It can come off as just too much. And before she can even really finish landing her plane, because I don't even think she was being long-winded, you got Heather jumping in, but it's like, you're not this scorned person. Like, you're actually a badass who comes after us. You're not a victim. And that's why I'm like, Heather looked drunk AF to me. That's what it was. She looked drunk. So I'm like, you're the last one to be talking about this. And then we have Whitney hopping on. And then it becomes this whole thing. We don't even get around the whole group. Mary talks about how she was heard, like what she was said. But then it's like, you prove the point, because Bronwyn out of nowhere wants to bring up, she's like, I don't know if you're okay. I don't know. We're all concerned. That's what Mary was saying. And then Bronwyn's like, I don't know if it has anything to do with your relationship. I did see Seth out in New York City, and he was with another girl. And it was just like the total redirect. It was just kind of like, where are we going? Like, what did that have to do with anything? And Lisa clocked it immediately. She's like, are you literally alluding to Seth being with another woman? And she was like, well, I saw it. Mary's like, well, she saw it. And that's why people have kind of flipped on Mary right now, because they're like, how do you want all of this empathy for what you got going on at home? And you are handling Robert with so much care your son, but you're not even handling your friend with care. And it's like, if they're saying Meredith has an alleged pill popping alcoholic problem, you're not handling that with nearly as much care as you're handling it with your son. You don't want nobody to talk about the son, but now you're over here throwing your friend under the bus saying we're concerned. Like, that's just not the way you handle it. And Mary proves again to just because it's the honest truth doesn't mean it hurts less. Like, sometimes it's all about delivery, and Mary is weird like that when she don't understand when she needs to deliver stuff at the right times. And right now your friend is already getting dogpiled on. You're gonna add that element on it, and now you're giving Bronwyn the ammo to be like, well, she saw it, it's the truth, it's the honest truth. And it's just kind of like annoying. So I don't know, Bronwyn used that moment to really kind of stick it to Meredith, and Meredith and Lisa recognized what was going on, and like, this is a toxic group. That's when I said Whitney tries to go over there. She tries to talk to Meredith to get her over. She tries to pull her over. I don't know. Heather is a mess, in my opinion. She looked a mess and she sounded a mess. So I don't know. I was left very unsatisfied because, like I said, to recap what happened this season, we have the first half dogpiling on Lisa. And I will say this, that's why I love reality TV, because I'm like, I see all faults, right? I don't think anyone on this freaking reality TV is like perfect at all. So honestly, I could be team them, but still recognize they doing this girl wrong. Because I was team them in the beginning, because I do think Lisa is full of it. I do. But right now it's like, I do think Meredith could possibly have an issue or something, but clearly she's not ready to talk about it. And what are you guys about to do? She don't want to talk about it. Leave it alone. Something happened. We don't have the footage. Let's stop talking about it. And I'm shocked production didn't want to, let's not talk about it. Okay, this has been the content for the past 6 episodes, you guys. Let's not talk about it. We don't have the footage. We can't show the folks. There's only so many ways you can describe a freaking meltdown. I don't know. That was Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. If you want to see my other thoughts, tune into my TikTok, tune into my Substack, where I do leave a review of the anticlimactic finale. And let's move on to The Valley. The Valley was refreshingly really nice. I think I'm going to like it more than the original Valley, because I can't stand any of them. I love Gigi. Gigi's crazy. Gigi been having her parents take care of her whole life, which is crazy. So much she don't even got no credit. Let's introduce who was on there. So we have Gigi, MJ, Reza from Shahs of Sunset. Amazing to see them together. Amazing to see that they've worked it out. Because the last time we saw them, it was a state of contention. MJ had just had her kid. And, we still finding out that MJ's husband, Tommy's still not cool with her friends now, because she had fallen out with Gigi and Reza at the time, and he's still not cool with them. And this is 6, 7 years later. I think she had that baby in 2020, 2019. So he is still holding on to this, and he is not coming around the group. And we know currently that MJ and Tommy are divorcing. They are going through a difficult time, and we're seeing that play out. We're seeing those seeds of doubt already play out. There was 2 episodes that premiered. Okay, so then we got new folks. We have another Reza, and he's the only single guy of the group. I think he's cute. He's definitely F-boy, period. Whatever, it keeps the show interesting. And then we have Natasha and Amir. Natasha is gorgeous. I think Persian people are just like gorgeous. Natasha and Amir are gorgeous, and their story is really interesting. So Amir was previously married. And it looks like Natasha used to like work for like a dental firm or something, like as an assistant. And Amir used to be previously married. His wife died of cancer, and he really feels like Natasha was brought into his life from his ex-wife. And him and his ex-wife, they were together for a while, and then she got sick, and very sad, very sad. And so then but I would say out of all of the couples, they have the most like stable relationship. They have 3 kids under 5, which is a lot. Natasha looks great though. Very flawless. I really like them as a couple. They seem very humble. They seem very wholesome. They have a really good dynamic. And then we have Greg and Tanine. So this relationship seems very rocky, in my opinion, off bat. So it looks like Greg was like the playboy and Tanine was the one that got him settled down. And their relationship, how they really became serious, is very interesting because she was in a terrible car accident. Like, she had to have a whole like skull surgery, like insane. And it seems as though he witnessed that car accident and like literally had to like resuscitate her to bring her back to life. Like, he was like, this is the girl I may be in love with, and they were just dating at that point. So they have that, and I think they've been together for 10 years, and they don't have children, but it seems as though Tanine's never really around. She's always off of her friend, who is Sky is the only one with blonde hair. I just think something about when you have dark hair, dark roots, bushy brows, and you go blonde, the blonde never looks good. Her hair looks terrible, but I like Sky. I don't know if I like Sky, actually. I don't know why I said that. I like all of them. I think it's an interesting group. I'm appreciative for a new friend dynamic on Bravo, okay? Sky and Bamshad. 18-year difference. Yikes. She met him when she was 27. Like, that's like me meeting someone next year. Or like later. It's 2026. Later this year, 18 years older than me. And that's like oh my gosh, anything can happen. It can happen. Because they look well put together. I didn't know it was 18 years though. I thought it was like 10. 18-year difference. And so they're not sleeping in the same bed currently. But their relationship seems to work for some reason. I'm not as scared for their relationship as I am for Greg and Tanine. It's like the original The Valley when we got introduced to all the couples. Like, we kind of knew Jesse and Michelle were not going to make it. I don't know if Greg and Tanine are going to make it. I really don't. But this is a group of good-looking people regardless. Obviously, Reza and Adam are still together. And Gigi is single. She talks about like being engaged and stuff and married and in the mold. I like Gigi. So the issues currently we are seeing, Gigi and Sky do not get along. But the tea is Sky is a jury developer or whatever. How do you get into that? Do you need a degree for that? Because, oh my gosh. So like, she specializes in like diamonds and stuff. So Gigi had a ring. And she, like, Tanine is good friends with Sky. So she's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have my friend Sky do it for you. She needed something fixed, some diamonds replaced or something. Sky has had this ring for 9 months. And then she finally gets it. And she gives it back to Gigi. And Gigi's like, instantly, I can tell. It looks like she took diamonds from a freaking table and rubbed some yellow on it to make a yellow diamonds. Like, she could tell it wasn't real. So it is crazy to me that you had it for 9 months. And she's been done with it for a while, but she keeps forgetting. That was a little sketchy. And then, yeah, we have Reza, the new one, who's kind of like dating this girl. Her name's Sophia. I guess she was just in the first 2 episodes. I don't think she'll be around. But she is Natasha and Amir's neighbor. So she might be around. There might be more drama. But I feel like I've seen all her clips from the trailer. So Sophia's actually a Pretty Little Thing model. I don't think she models for them anymore. I don't know who she models for, but I think I didn't know Sophia was Persian. She looks a lot better with dark hair. I know her with blonde hair. I don't like the red, but I like her with the blonde hair. She looks good. But she was a Pretty Little Thing model. She used to mess with like some rappers. Like, I was like, okay, period. And so now we're seeing, like I said, MJ and Tommy, we know they're divorcing now. MJ is over the fact that the way he talks to her. And we are seeing how negatively it is coming off with her son. Her son talks to her crazy. Like, he be cussing and everything. Cussing and bussing. So we are seeing the negative impact of Tommy's loose language on their son, and he be like making fun of her sometimes or whatever. And I think MJ's just kind of sick of like being the butt of the joke. That's what it's giving. But I also feel like she's just setting up, like, she's ready to divorce him. Like, she's been over it. Also, MJ had the agency hat on. I don't know. Does she work for Mauricio's The Agency now? I don't know. And so the issue is that Reza is trying to find a house for Gigi. He's not her realtor anymore because that just was not going to work because she just has such bad credit. She couldn't get a house for anything. And yeah, she doesn't want to downgrade her life. But the biggest thing we have found out is that she spends $3,000 to $4,000 on weed once a month. Yikes. That is a lot for anyone. That is just a lot, and she said, like, she's never worked. Shaza Sunset was her first check ever. How old is Gonessa? Like, honestly, I just want to know Gonessa. She's 44. I gave her 38, I think. Yikes. Yeah. I don't know if she got a house or not. So that's kind of the dynamics. We are missing some serious Shaza Sons. Wasn't Reza or MJ? They were on Traitors. You know who hasn't been on Traitors from any? Oh, Tom Sandoval was on there. I was like, we need some VPR people. We need some Salt Lake City people and some Miami. Oh, we've had Miami. We need some Salt Lake City people. I don't think anyone from Salt Lake City has been on Traitors yet. And I wonder if is it because it conflicts with filming time? I wonder. Okay. Let's talk about Traitors briefly. Spoiler alert. The Traitors are Candace Dillard, Rob, I can't think his last name for Love Island, Lisa Rinna, and Donna Kelsey. I knew it was going to be all of them. I was hoping it was not going to be Lisa Rinna, though, because I just felt like Lisa Rinna, at least for me, would be obvious. It was so obvious that, Candace didn't even know it was her, and she had already put her name out there. You know what I mean? I just felt like Lisa Rinna is a little too obvious, just like I thought Donna Kelsey would have been too obvious. So Donna Kelsey is the secret traitor. So the way they're doing Traitors now, and I really like the format, is that there was a secret traitor, and we didn't even know who the secret traitor was. Now, in Donna, spoiler alert, you guys, I watched all 3 episodes. Donna gets voted out before the Traitors even know she was a secret traitor because they were supposed to meet up with her. So that's what kind of sucks about being a secret traitor. I wonder if they're going to select another secret traitor and this is going to be the format, because I was always saying, like, last season is kind of like running stale. I was like, we need an element of surprise. I don't want to know who a traitor is, it's kind of fun, or like it builds up some tension. So I wonder if there's going to be an opportunity for someone to be possibly selected as the secret traitor, on a mission. And we won't know, and there's going to be a couple more episodes until we find out, or like, what if we really do vote out? But the only thing that sucks about being a secret traitor is like you're operating alone, but Donna Kelsey will go down in history as like the first secret traitor. But my thing is like this whole thing in the group, like people are saying like the Swifties are going to kill us if we kill off Donna Kelsey. I have been on Twitter. I don't know one Swiftie that really gives a damn that Donna Kelsey was a traitor and she got voted off. It was never a pile on. It was just giving. I thought if Donna Kelsey got sucked as a traitor, she would have been a dead giveaway. And the thing is, she didn't even know who she could trust to convince because she didn't even know who the other traitors were. So that's the only thing that sucks about being a secret traitor. But I feel like they set Donna Kelsey up badly for that one, because I feel like if anyone would be a good traitor, it would be her, because it's like, it would be a good one because no one would see it coming. But her energy really did shift. It was kind of like she went from Mama Bear to, oh my gosh, like, the auntie, you know what I mean? Well, not the auntie, I'm an aunt. She went from Mama Bear to like the grouchy granny. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like, I'm not gonna give you any information. It was like, don't bother me. So I just felt like it was a disservice that she was a secret traitor, but then it was also a service because at least they got a traitor out. But now there's like, how many traitors are left? Did the traitors know? Did they turn on her? Like, it was so good. Candace's performance has been amazing. I'm going to be working on a story soon. How I just feel like the Traitors is the ultimate image recovery makeover. Like, because the way that Candace has all these fans now, I've been a Candace Dillard fan since day one. Cuckoo, yeah, a little extra, yeah, but she is amazing on this show, and I'm so glad she was selected as a traitor. I knew she would be selected as one. I just really had a feeling that her and Rob are going to be, so when they both got selected, I was like on period. And it's so funny that Rob's like the only male, but Rob is in his bag too. I think Rob is going to go the distance. No one is going to know that Rob is a traitor because it's just so good. Like, I don't even think they're going to know he's a traitor. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, Lisa Rinna, I feel like is a good traitor, but because I know how Lisa Rinna normally is, if I had watched Housewives and now I'm on there, Lisa Rinna is awfully quiet. and Lisa Rinna's never quiet. So I would assume she's a traitor at this point. Portia was the first to go because Portia misspeaks. They don't know the difference of Portia at all. Poor Ron. I don't know what show he's from, Survivor or Big Brother, but he's like, am I living in the Twilight Zone? This girl is literally telling me she's the traitor. Like, she's like, when I killed Ian. Also, like, there's a whole group of gamers right now upset on social media that their people are getting killed off first. And I'm like, how does it feel? Like, that was how it was last season for Housewives. Like, the Housewives were just getting killed off. I mean, it is what it is. And it's like, you have to be strategic. Ian knew. He went to Candace and was like, I think they're doing a murder in plain sight. And then he literally got murdered. Like, he knew what was going on. You got to get rid of those people early on or they're going to catch on. He knew and he told Candace, and now Candace has this viral meme. She's like, bitch, not you telling me that you know what I'm doing. Like, how did you figure that out? Candace is being very loved on right now. People are loving Rob. They're like, he's hot. For people that have never watched Love Island, I'm like, oh my gosh, keep it that way because it'll ruin you. And yeah, Lisa Rinna is very quiet. And that's why I'm like, for me, if I had watched Housewives and I'm in there and I'm also a celebrity, I'm like, Lisa Rinna's kind of quiet. But Portia was the first to kind of go, be voted out because of all of her hiccups, you know? And then it was Donna Kelsey in terms of killing off. All I remember is like Ian. I can't remember like the other guy. But the gamers are upset that the gamers are leaving and are being like banished. They're being murdered. You know, they're not being banished. So yeah, I'm enjoying the Traitors. I love the Traitors season and it's a good time. It is a good time, but we are well about to be over. Thank you so much for listening to What the Reality with me, Cassia Roberts. There will be no What's the Reality episode this week because we just had Jersey Shore come out. Make sure you listen to part 2. Part 1 and 2 is out. Make sure you subscribe to my Substack for What the Reality. I have a article coming out on my thoughts on the anticlimactic season finale of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm going to have some other stories coming out that I'm planning for, you know, the rest of the month or throughout. I just want to start like posting, you know, just getting back into my writing bag. I don't know. Doing whatever. And yes, I will catch you guys next Toxic Tuesday. Until the next time. Bye.